About basically fear, transparency, and being in the present moment. So basically, I want to talk about, I'm going to start with transparency. Transparency is when, um, like when other people in my world, I feel like it's when other people show a reflection of how you are on the inside. Understand that everybody who you get in an altercation with or stuff like that, it's a reflection of something in you that you need to fix. So, for instance, if you are, okay, I'm going to use an example. When my significant other explained to me today, like, okay, well, basically, I didn't wake up on the right side of the bed, and I'm honest with my emotions and my feelings and stuff like that. So usually when this type of stuff happens, I go outside, get my head together, stuff like that. However, he decided to think that it was something more than what it was. And in our reality, I knew that I really was trying to go outside. That was the whole point of, you feel me? That's what I was really on. But I had to realize, like, okay, maybe this is how he feel, when I used to accuse him and stuff like that. So that's about being transparent and know that people can change. You know what I'm saying? I believe in people being able to change because we get different thoughts every day. We honestly trying to improve ourselves constantly as human beings. So I do believe that people can change. So when he said these things, I had to reflect, and I had to be like, okay, so maybe, what I'm saying, maybe back then, maybe I was, overdoing it or whatever and stuff like that. Because just how I knew exactly what I was going outside for, and he didn't really know, but an assumption came along, I realized, like, okay, I can't do that to people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it is always good to understand transparency when you arguing with anybody or anything like that. If you saying, most likely when you saying things to hurt, like if you arguing out of anger, people who argue out of anger, when you arguing out of anger, you telling stuff to people about themselves that's really relying on you, issues that you need to fix. Everybody is a reflection of yourself, and that's something, that's a deep, valuable lesson that I've learned, you feel me, within a few hours time frame. So yes, understand that people are a mirror of you, especially when you in a relationship. So boom, got that down. Then I want to talk about fear. So let me tell y'all, when Drake said the power of the mind is not a joke, that's real. It's not a joke. Okay, I'm gonna use one example. So basically, lately I've been binge watching on Fear Factor. Okay, and when I watch anything, I never just watch it for no reason. I watch it for entertainment, of course, but I never just watch it just to watch it. I always try to figure out some type of message, and the message that I got, it was when it was a lady or whatever, and then there was an apartment building, and she had to walk on the side of the apartment building, like how people do in fucking action movies and shit. She had to walk on the side of the apartment building and had to step over obstacles till she got to her destination, which was like the balcony of the apartment. However, the whole time, right, she got this cord hooked up on her back. So basically, either way, if she falls, she not gonna fall. Okay? And this all ties into the mind. Because even though she knows she got this cord attached to her, but the fact that she looking down, it's cars, it's concrete, it's all type of shit like that. She about like 100 feet above the ground. She basically scaring her own self by not just going. You feel me? So basically, we fuck ourselves up. Basically, listen. Fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. Fear, false evidence appearing real. So basically, you making up a whole scenario in your head. You got to really, really think. Not saying that I'm just not scared. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been a little bit shaky if I was up there too. But I'm using as an example that everything is in your mind. And if you can train your mind to just know that you're gonna be okay, that's when it's the end game. You feel me? That's when you take full control of your mind, because like I said, the whole time she got the cord hooked up to herself. So what are you scared for? You shouldn't be stopping. You shouldn't be pausing. You should keep constantly moving, because you know that even if you fall, somehow something's gonna be there to catch you. And that's how you feel me? That's how the universe works. You feel me? That's how God works. You feel me? He let you go through your thing. You know what I'm saying? But he not gonna let you. Well, I'm referring. Okay, I just messed myself up, because I don't never really refer to the universe as a he. I look at it as masculine and feminine energy, a perfect balance. You feel me? So I don't put a gender on something, that powerful. So whatever. God will be right there to catch you. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, understand that there's nothing to fear. You got to understand that a lot of times, like, even though, okay, I used to always drive on the freeway, right? This is another example. I used to always drive on the freeway, love driving on the freeway, stuff like that. I ended up getting in an accident, and it wasn't my fault, stuff like that. Ever since, I've been kind of, shaky to get on the freeway. You feel me? Stuff like that. But I mean, now I do things to take my mind off of it. But let me tell you something. When you're on the freeway, right? Or just say if you was like me, who had like a big fear because, they've been in a car crash. Your mind is so powerful that person can be driving totally safe, right? But your mind can literally put you in a position to where, first of all, this is how you manifest things. When a thought keep popping up, that's just the thought. But when you're putting feelings into that thought, like feelings of being scared, feelings of like, oh my God, feelings of worry, like, oh my God, what if this happened? What if this happened? You're gonna manifest that shit, because first of all, you're already on the freeway, and then boom, you feeling like something gonna happen. Then boom, then you seeing other cars coming towards you, or even a little bit towards you. You gonna like, oh my God, you gonna start to get jumpy. Boom, you're gonna manifest that into your life. You feel me? You see how powerful the mind is? So that person can be driving totally fine, but just by you being over anxious and stuff like that for apparently no reason, you could cause that other person to be anxious, and then boom, now y'all both hit. So but it, like I said, there are ways to get around it. You feel me? I've learned to conquer that fear. You know what I'm saying? And I do it by shifting my focus. If you think about something that you don't like, and you just basically think about, like, every time you think about some taunting ass shit that almost make you want to cry or something like that, understand that you're manifesting that shit into your reality. Because as human beings, like, what we tend to do is something bad happen, and then we get to thinking about 5 to 10 different scenarios that hasn't happened yet. And we tend to do that because it just, like, every time something bad happens, it triggers like stress hormones. You feel me? It just triggers the stress, so we automatically think about the worst case scenario. Try to start a healthy habit by thinking of the best outcome that can happen, and then that would change your outer reality. You follow? You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Understand that fear is false evidence appearing real. You can conquer fear by conquering your focus. You're going to have these thoughts regardless, but it's up to you to shift your focus. Then And if you find yourself in fear to the point where you feel like it's crippling you, bring yourself to the present moment. This goes but with arguments. This goes by, driving fast on the freeway. This goes with anything. Bring yourself to the present moment. What is the present moment, you might ask? I just picked up this rock. I'm looking at the rock. Bring yourself to the present moment. You see how I'm making this video? I'm not thinking about nothing else. I'm just talking to you. That's bringing yourself to the present moment. And when you do that, when you constantly bring yourself to the present moment, that's where your power resides. Because it's all about what you do now, not about what you do later. I did what I had to do, said what I had to say. Memoro signing out. Y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all. Stay blessed and